Hey everyone, and welcome in for episode 67, Stuffed, Plucked, and Roasted. We're your hosts. I am Jason.
And I am the great jive turkey, Charlie Brown.
And as you can't tell,
I'm born. I just got born.
Oh,
hey, all right.
This is our Thanksgiving episode. We got some Thanksgiving themed snacks, and we're going to talk about some of our own Thanksgiving traditions. And then we're going to wrap up with some talking about WWE Survivor Series, which is their annual
War Games
tradition. And so first thing we got.
Oh yeah, what's up? What
we got these
here?
Pepper turkey with Havarti.
Ooh.
And cranberry sauce sandwiches.
Cranberry sauce. Was that you?
No. The napkins.
Oh.
I ain't trying to be like Ray and leave crumbs behind.
Nap your tin.
I ain't trying to leave a whole bunch of crumbs behind like Ray.
Oh, well. You know, he eats like a toddler. Hold on a second. Let me show it off. Yeah, a little red, some blood. Remember that? Some steak blood.
Oh, yeah.
I
like that. Someone was advertising a sandwich that had stuffing and cranberry sauce, sweet potatoes, all sorts of stuff on it, and I couldn't figure out who did it, but we made our own.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we went this route. Instead of just having a turkey or something like that, this is awesome. Turkey sandwiches.
That pepper turkey's good.
Oh, fire. Oh my God, it's so bomb. Do the cranberry sauce with it and the what kind of cheese?
Havarti.
Havarti cheese?
So, at my house, well, I guess when we were growing up, we would always do Thanksgiving at the house and we'd have a lot of people over. And then when I got married, then it was kind of like we kind of bounced around for Thanksgiving, so we ended up doing like 2 or 3 of them. Now some of those are getting bounced to like the weekend and stuff like that, so it's kind of nice to spread it out. But yeah, it's interesting to kind of see some of the variety that people make. You know, when I worked at the barbecue restaurant, we would have sweet potato pie was a common thing. The baked mac and cheese.
Awesome.
Greens. Stuff like that. Were real popular. I don't know, did you guys have anything that was kind of different or
a couple of years there, my uncle was hunting pheasant and I had pheasant for Thanksgiving. Like we just still did turkey, but we had pheasant too, and boy, it was pheasants. Pheasant's real good. I don't know. It's hard to, like when we had the dove on here. I feel like pheasant's very close to what dove tastes like. Okay. Very similar. Like I thought the dove was pretty good. I bet if we probably would have changed up the way we ate it, maybe if we did some
cook it differently.
But at the same time, we wanted to do. I'd never tried it. You never tried it. We wanted to try it straight up, just meat only, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good. I mean, definitely high energy protein, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
high
energy protein, man.
So we typically do the standard, turkey, sweet potatoes. Oh, the bread stuck to your Turkey, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, stuffing.
The basics.
Do you like stuffing or dressing better? The one you cram it in the bird, or?
I'd say stuffing, but I can only do so much of it. It gives me indigestion.
I like I hate to say it, but I like the stuff that you bake not in the turkey better than in the turkey.
Yeah, I always liked homemade chicken noodles. That's something my grandmother used to do. I used to look forward to that on Thanksgiving and Christmas, actually.
Oh, she make chicken and noodles, not like a turkey and noodles?
Oh, she would do turkey and noodles sometimes, too.
Nice. We always do like a relish tray, too.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
With with all the like the mashed or the pickles and olives.
Oh yeah, gotta have olives and all. Yeah, love that. Relish tray's awesome.
And then we do all the different pies. I kind of miss. We kind of got down to where it's just an apple and pumpkin. But when my grandma was alive, we do like the coconut cream pie, the chocolate silk pie.
Yeah.
And they'd be homemade too. The lemon meringue was my favorite.
So
that's why I grabbed like those little JJ's. Like I call them pocket pies. That's why I always grab the lemon because lemon was my favorite.
Lemon's far.
But and then we make like gooseberry pie, stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely, good stuff. You know, I like pumpkin pie every once in a while, but to me, Eddie's makes really good pumpkin pie, or Edwards.
Edwards, yeah.
They make really good pumpkin, like it's like a cream pie, like a pumpkin cream pie. Private Selection makes a really good cream pumpkin pie. That's what I'm taking to Thanksgiving tomorrow. So.
I saw that in your fridge. That looked good.
Oh, yeah. Did you see how much I paid for it? Regular, it's $17.99. And it's got another day before it expires, and which, honestly, man, the expiration date is not always accurate. I mean, especially when it comes to something like that. $4.20 was marked down. I had to take advantage of that, man.
So what are some of your other Thanksgiving traditions? I mean, obviously watching the Cowboys and Lions lose.
Always the Lions. It always seems like, but this year, hey, the Lions might win on Thanksgiving because them dudes are 9-1, man.
Yep.
Oops.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, that's all right. I just never really got into it too much. I always look forward to Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, stuff like that.
Which, speaking of that,
you're gonna look it up?
Yep.
Also, we need to do a history of Thanksgiving because it isn't always bad. Actually, a lot of it isn't bad, actually. So you do that.
So this is mental floss
10
filling facts about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Ooh, them sandwiches hit the spot.
The movie was the first Peanut special to feature an adult voice.
Oh, well.
So normally you would hear the wah wah wah, but you hear a human voice, adult voice, but it's not a speaking voice. It's heard in the song "Little Birdie."
And the teacher actually spoke in a regular voice.
No, that's the only way you hear it.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Just give me a second here.
And the song.
Ready? Here we go. Are you ready? Let's see if we can do it here. To let you know, I understood every word she said, or he said. I don't know. I'm guessing it's a female. I don't know. I'm not going to assume it's gender.
So the special wasn't any adult. It was composer Vince Guaraldi.
Guaraldi.
I'm not quite sure who that is.
Looks like it's Italian.
Oh, okay. So he
was a composer of what like the music and stuff, or what?
So he's a composer for most of the Charlie Brown.
Who's your favorite characters?
Obviously Snoopy. I've got a Snoopy tattoo. My son, when he was born premature, when he was in the NICU through Thanksgiving, we gave him a little stuffed Snoopy, and he clung to it.
Yeah, no wild.
And so we decided to do
like kids know they need comfort, even when they're that small.
Despite the voice, there are no adults featured in the special at all.
I like Snoopy, but I always like Pigpen.
I was gonna say you got
I have a stuffed figure of Pigpen at home.
I like. I mean, Probably Linus too.
Oh yeah.
Schroeder. I like Schroeder.
Well, he was always playing the piano, right?
Mm-hmm. So
and Woodstock is cool too. I always thought that was a cool name for a bird.
That's
Woodstock.
crazy.
What?
So during the special, the only time that you see Lucy is when she pulls away the football from Charlie Brown,
which is a
at
classic.
The last minute.
There's even GIFs for that. It's classic.
At the beginning of it, and that's all you see of her.
And that's the most memorable scene. It's still used to this day. Think about it. That came out in 1973. Yep. And by the time I was born in 77, that was a staple on Thanksgiving to watch that. Actually, usually it was before Thanksgiving that you watched it. And then after that, the Christmas special, the Halloween special before that. It's just the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
So the person that voiced Charlie Brown and the person, Tom Barbie, and the lady that voiced Lucy, Robin Cohn, still stay in touch to this day.
Oh, that's cool.
And they actually went to high school together.
Oh, wow. Did you watch the actual movie that they did that was more CGI?
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I thought it was done really well. That was
cool.
They did that really well. Okay, well, are we gonna segue over to the history of Thanksgiving? Do you want to do that?
We can, or
do you want to continue?
I got a couple more.
Oh, you do have a couple.
So,
sorry, I didn't mean to step on.
The person that voiced Charlie Brown had trouble with his signature. Yeah. However it goes. Yeah, and he had trouble doing it at first.
Well, it's when you listen to that frustration type of thing, man, it's so iconic with his character.
Yeah.
Like when Fred Flintstone goes, Wilma, it's iconic. And if you don't do it right, it's going to sound dumb. It won't sound right.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So thanks to Linus,
I forget. Yeah, no, I forgot
remember.
Too.
Thanks to Linus, the Thanksgiving special got a spin-off. Linus got to play the role of the philosopher in a Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving and remind his friends about the history and true meaning of the holiday, which eventually led to This Is America, Charlie Brown, the Mayflower Voyagers.
Oh, I never seen that one.
I'm not sure that I saw that one.
I never saw that. I'm going to have to look that up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I remember it. They're dressed up as pilgrims and stuff. Yeah, okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Lee Mendelsohn had an issue with bird cannibalism.
What?
So, in writing for Huffington Post for the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving's 40th anniversary, Mendelsohn admitted that one particular scene in the special led to a rare minor dispute during creation of the show. Mr. Schultz insisted that Woodstock join Snoopy by carving and eating a turkey. For some reason, I was bothered with that Woodstock would eat a turkey. I voiced my concern, which was immediately overruled. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, listen. If you want to be controversial about a fictional cartoon, come on, man. How ridiculous of a thing. Good thing he got overruled. I would have overruled him and hit him with a gavel.
I get it, I guess. It's weird, but...
Not even the same bird.
Yeah.
You know?
All
I mean, not that I want to go out of my way to watch humans getting eaten.
Nope. There's enough movies about that. All right.
Negative.
Some history of Thanksgiving.
Okay, bear with me.
That is from Wikipedia?
Yeah. Thanksgiving is a federal holiday in the United States. Duh. Celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November. Outside the United States, it is sometimes called American Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Weird. To distinguish it from the Canadian holiday of the same name. Mm-hmm. And related celebrations in other regions. The modern national... You guys gotta understand, I don't got my glasses on, so bear with me. before I rudely interrupted myself.
Yeah.
The modern national celebration dates to 1863 and has been linked to the Pilgrims in 1621 called the Harvest Festival. In 1863, I learned about this, obviously in history class. That's when Abraham Lincoln made it a federal holiday. As the name implies, the theme of the holiday generally revolves around giving thanks, with the centerpiece of most celebrations being a Thanksgiving dinner. But you give thanks no matter what you eat. That's a biblical thing. But well, we don't need to go in. Well, I mean, it says, we already know, but the dinner often consists of foods associated with the New England harvest celebrations. Turkey. I hate when stuff pops up, dude. Turkey, potatoes, mashed or sweet, squash, corn, maize, green beans, cranberries, typically cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie. Okay, man, I don't want to go any. But now it's talking about Black Friday, which is a day after. And if you're in a certain place and there's a lot of people fighting over items, you might end up with a black eye on Black Friday.
People used to fight over Furbies. And
I think I might make him on the wrestling game in honor of Blade Braxton. I may make the Black Friday Scorpion.
You have to tell me, what is this?
What?
The Black Friday Scorpion.
You don't know about the Black Friday Scorpion?
No.
Okay, do me a favor and look up the Black Scorpion from WCW. Do it. And you'll know it's a parody from the Black Friday Scorpion. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, okay? I'm not going to be Ray. He's always on here.
Black Friday Scorpion.
Just look up Black Scorpion. Don't do Friday. Take that out. And just put Black Scorpion. Then after that, put WCW after Scorpion. You know I'm going to make the Black Friday Scorpion. I got to do it. He was a magician too. Ended up being Ric Flair, and he was haunting Sting, hence the Scorpion thing. Here we go.
Oh,
there it is. He was like a magician, and he made people disappear, like fans and stuff. It's classic. But it was made into the Black Friday Scorpion, and he only came around on Black Friday, which I think is funny. I'm going to totally make a Black Friday Scorpion. And he would talk. I did a skit with Blade where I did I disappeared in the shower. Like I just did a really stupid. Like for instance, this is here we go. Okay. This is how good the Black Scorpion was with his magical tricks.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what was eaten at the first Thanksgiving in 1621. And this is from SmithsonianMagazine.com.
It's stuff that was documented, but we don't know because it's just historical stuff.
So they believe that wild fowl was there, obviously.
Which probably would have been
turkey, pheasant.
Yeah, definitely pheasant.
Venison, corn in
maize.
grain form.
Yeah, maize.
For bread or for porridge.
They probably had unleavened bread as well, I would think. I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't there. Or was I?
So, two primary sources, the only surviving documents that reference a meal, confirm that these dietary staples were part of the harvest celebration shared by the Pilgrims and Wampanoag at Plymouth Colony in 1621. Our harvest being gotten in, our governor sent 4 men on fowling damn it, stupid ads.
I know, I had stuff popping up on me too, and I was messing up my reading.
We might, after a special manner, rejoice together after we have gathered the fruits of our labors. They 4 in one day killed as much fowl as, with little help beside, served the company almost a week.
I like this better than what I read.
Oh man, I have trouble reading that dialect.
Well, I can read this.
Deer,
that was so small, I had trouble.
So waterfowl was there, as well as wild turkey, venison, obviously. The bird and other first things.
The bird is the word.
Goose was thought to be part of it. Come on.
She had a gourd.
She did.
That's probably what they
swan and passenger pigeons.
They were eating swan?
That's what it says.
I want to try a swan. I've never had a swan before. I mean, it's probably like duck, but I would guess duck definitely got.
Larger birds were boiled, and smaller birds were spit roasted.
Interesting.
That's what it.
What the heck's a spit roast? I don't know. I know what boiled is, but spit roast, huh?
I don't know.
He's like hawk two on there.
Yeah. Bread made of maize, not wheat.
I like that painting. Y'all can't see it, but it's a cool painting. Really colorful.
Pilgrims stuffed birds with chunk of onions and herbs. There's a wonderful stuffing for goose in the 17th century. Shelled chestnuts.
And when they cook it gives it that flavor.
Yeah.
Right? Just we kind of do that similar, not the same stuff. But
clams and mussels, lobsters,
well,
eels.
They ate lobster and mussels?
Yeah.
Wow.
Drying shellfish and smoking other sorts.
Because it probably took place over off the East Coast.
Yeah.
Definitely off the East Coast.
So fish, egg. Okay, so about 70% of the diet consisted of farmed produce. And this is for the tribe.
Chestnuts, walnuts, beech nuts.
Yeah. Fish, eggs, roots, and berries.
I got the multicolored Indian corn, which is... Yeah.
Dried the corn and ground it up into cornmeal, and it was incorporated in many meals. They grew beans, pumpkins, and squashes.
We should have just read from this in the first place. I like it.
Colonists did not have butter and wheat flour to make crust for pies and tarts.
No. They didn't even use milk products.
So it sounds like it was mainly like meat, and more meat.
I'm okay with that. That's one of my staples.
Without potatoes.
I don't need potatoes, though. Potatoes are heavy.
They might have had like some berries and stuff with it, but for the most part, it was meats and corn.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wow. I wonder what their when they defecated the next day, what it was like.
I don't know. Does a pilgrim shit in the woods? Yeah, and this is... Alright. 44. Now, we're going to go to Reader's Digest and read off some of these fun Thanksgiving facts to wow your dinner guests.
Uh-oh.
Let's find the first one. The first Thanksgiving was recorded in a letter.
From Edward Winslow.
By colonist Edward Winslow. Yep. Not related to Carl Winslow.
Who's Carl Winslow?
You don't know who Carl Winslow is?
No.
The cop. Off of Family Matters.
Okay.
Dad.
Oh, thanks. I didn't. Oh, awesome. Thanks. That's funny.
Lengthy letter where he touches on the Thanksgiving briefly.
46 million turkeys.
Americans eat around 46 million turkeys on Thanksgiving Day each year. That's a lot of turkey.
I don't think I'm even going to have turkey tomorrow. I think my aunt and uncle are going to go cheap, but I have no problem with them. I mean, I'll get turkey somehow. Some way, shape, or form, I'll get turkey.
Wow. Okay. So for decades, Thanksgiving was held on various dates. It was just kind of all over the place.
Oh, here's where
you said,
right there.
In 1863, Abraham Lincoln proclaimed it should be celebrated on the last Thursday of November. Which this is the latest that I ever remember Thanksgiving being in the month.
Yeah. In 1939, Franklin D. Roosevelt moved the date up a week earlier. Interesting. I didn't know that. So they were kind
but
of
many states refused to play along.
That's because the government likes to move the goalpost. That's
Not
why.
every 1941. That would have been
That would have been around World War One.
Yep. So that might have been why.
Not every president recognized Thanksgiving. Thomas Jefferson was the first president to refuse to declare a Thanksgiving proclamation.
Yep. Declared Thanksgiving to be a day of fasting, prayer, and gratitude.
I'm cool with that, though. I like that.
Thanksgiving is also known as a national day of mourning. So kind of the tribe from the original Thanksgiving kind of mourning because not long after that they were kind of pillaged and everything like that. So
there was pillaging on both sides. The story needs to be told on both sides because both sides were wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Wine, beer, and whiskey are the three most popular Thanksgiving drinks. I prefer water.
Yep. I don't get down like that anyway.
President Calvin Coolidge.
Maybe that's why. When you include stuff like that, that's probably why.
Yeah.
A lot of families quarrel with each other because you put that emotional devil's drink in your body.
President Calvin Coolidge was gifted a raccoon to eat for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Weird and funny Thanksgiving fact.
He ate that probably? That was in
1926. Vinnie Joyce from Nidda-Yuma, Mississippi sent President Coolidge a live raccoon to serve for Thanksgiving dinner.
See, that's what we did wrong. We should have just stopped on the side of the road and grabbed some roadkill.
But
and cooked it right here for us all to eat.
But instead of putting it on the menu, Coolidge adopted the raccoon as a family pet and named it Rebecca.
What? Why did you name it Rebecca?
I don't know.
How do you know it was a Rebecca?
I guess. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird pet name of any animal. I mean, like...
Come here, Becca. I guess you can just call it Becca.
It's like naming a dog Mark.
I'm going to tell you right now. Having a raccoon as a pet, I'm out.
That's scary, man. I've seen how vicious they can be.
Squirrels, too.
I had to put one out of their misery. It was scary. It had me cornered where I couldn't get back up on my porch.
They're vicious animals. And they'll mess you up. If they bite you, they might have diseases. I'm out.
Yep. Most Americans believe that the leftovers are the best part of Thanksgiving, not the meal itself.
Sometimes you eat it for days on end.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. 50 million pumpkin pies.
Pumpkin pies are consumed on Thanksgiving Day. That's a lot of pie.
Man, poor pumpkin pies. All them pumpkins had to die. Just for you humans and your stupid holiday.
Black Friday is the biggest shopping day of the year, which I'm glad that they did away with being opening up on Thanksgiving Day. That was ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you the first time I was exposed to Black Friday. When Cabbage Patch Kids blew up and they were the big craze, I remember my aunt took me out shopping. She wanted to go out on Black Friday, and there was people fighting over Cabbage Patch dolls.
I remember people fighting over Furbies, Tickle Me Elmos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
of all
sorts
things.
Of stuff.
Of all things, Tickle Me Elmos. Well, dude, listen, I'm getting hungry. When we're gonna dig into this dessert or what, Holmes? You're killing me.
So presidential turkeys wasn't related to Thanksgiving. The first one wasn't. Abraham Lincoln granted clemency to a live turkey intended for his family's Christmas dinner. Weird, I always thought it was Thanksgiving. Pardoned turkeys were sent to Disney from 2005 to 2009. Pardoned turkeys got the VIP treatment. They were sent to Walt Disney World or Disneyland to serve as the honorary Grand Marshal of Disney's Thanksgiving Parade.
Interesting. Huh. Oh, there's the floats.
Macy's.
Look how corny that looks. What year is
That looks like
that?
an old school Jayhawk.
It does look like an old Jayhawk.
Macy's has put on almost 100 Thanksgiving parades.
Look at that. That's like in the 20s.
The first one was in 1924.
24.
So in the department only skipped 2 years, which was 42 and 40.
So that'd be World War II. I said World War I earlier. I'm sorry. I didn't have my dates right. So yeah, World War II was in the 40s.
Mm-hmm. Turducken.
I've had turducken before. Yep. It's good stuff. I like it.
Oh, what's the one? There's another one. There's one where they stuff a. There's one where they stuff a alligator with like crab meat and stuff like that, and then they wrap it in bacon.
Oh, I forgot what it's called.
But
you remember in the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey? Mm-hmm. And remember when he said to the wife, "You were getting stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey." Woo! Woo! He's jumping up and down.
So the town in 1705, the town of Colchester, Connecticut, mm-hmm. they postponed Thanksgiving because foul weather interfered with molasses shipment to where they couldn't make pumpkin pie. They're that dedicated to pumpkin pie, apparently.
It's not my favorite. I like pecan pie.
As we came across earlier. Mm-hmm. First Thanksgiving menu included pumpkin pie or included lobster.
How awesome is that, though? I mean, because I love me a good lobster.
Mm-hmm. Canada celebrates Thanksgiving too. Theirs is different.
I've eaten a whole lobster to myself before.
Mm-hmm. So Canadians celebrate theirs in October. And they gave thanks for a safe voyage that took place more than 40 years before the Mayflower. So their Thanksgiving's actually been around longer.
Oh, really?
Black Friday is a busy day for plumbers. All them people clogging up garbage disposals and toilets and sinks.
Well, clogging up toilets because they eat so much food and they're on the toilet constantly. I got to take dumps.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I try to control what I eat, man.
That pie talk got me a little hungry. We're going to try these
little cheapy
pecan pies.
Straight from Walmart, even though you can buy them out of other places too.
Yep.
Let me take Thomas can tear it open, brother.
See, I could sit there and just keep
it's like a cute little pie. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad for those people pie.
I've seen where people will take them and they'll put a thin layer of ice cream on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put batter on the whole thing, freeze it, and deep fry it.
Interesting.
I'd eat the hell out of that. That sounds good.
It does sound bomb.
Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving inspired the first TV dinners.
I love TV dinners.
Swanson didn't sell as many Thanksgiving turkeys as expected in 1953, so they had over 260 tons of unsold turkey on hand. And so they used the turkeys to create the world's first TV dinners. They sold for 98 cents.
Oh, wow. Man, I like Hungry Man dinners. Those are some of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Going to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Pecan Snickers. I haven't tried this yet. Got yours right there, dude.
I think we've done it before.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we've done it on here. I was trying to think about that when I was checking out, but I don't think we have. Wow. It's got like a little weird cream in there. Oh, yeah. I don't remember, but I'd have to go back on some episodes.
I thought we did.
I don't remember it. We may have.
Those little cheap Walmart pies are good. So, for the second half, we're going to talk about one of our favorite Thanksgiving traditions.
What's that, Jason?
That is Survivor Series.
I've never heard of her.
The first Survivor Series was held in 1987. And it was held by WWF.
Uh-huh.
And it took place on Thanksgiving night, November 26th.
Coliseum Video.
Richfield Coliseum in Richfield Township, Ohio. And this is when they only had the big 4 pay-per-views. This was SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and Survivor
the big
Series.
4. This was shortly after WrestleMania 3, and Andre the Giant was still feuding with Hogan.
So the commentators were Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. 2
of the best.
The interviewers were Gene Okerlund and Craig DeGeorge.
Wow, I forgot about Craig DeGeorge.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I recognize that name.
Yeah, he wasn't real popular.
Howard Finkel was the ring announcer. And then Dave Hepner, Jack Kruger, Jim Corderas, and Joey Morella were the announcers, or were the referees.
Yep, Joey Morella was a famous referee.
So there were a total of,
and that's when they
4
did
matches.
That's when they did the 5-on-5, and every single match was a 5-on-5. They don't do that no more.
Nope, they have 1 women's, 1 men's, and that's it.
Well, now they do war games, which I'm cool with.
Yep. So the first one was Brutus Beefcake, Jake Roberts, Jim Duggan, Randy Savage, and Ricky Steamboat with Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Versus Dangerous Danny Davis, Harley Race, Hercules, Honky Tonk Man, and Ron Bass.
Outlaw.
Oh, forgot about Ron Bass.
Yeah, Outlaw Ron Bass.
With Bobby Heenan and Jimmy Hart
as the managers.
And that was a 5-on-5.
That's a good one.
And
this pay-per-view is so good. You can go back on the network on Peacock TV and watch it. It's really good.
So Brutus, Jake, Jim Duggan, Randy Savage, and Ricky Steamboat won the match in 23 minutes and 38 seconds. The second match, which was they had a 5-on-5 women's Survivor Series match, and that was won in 20 minutes and 17 seconds when Fabulous Moolah, the Jumping Bomb Angels, which were, I can't pronounce those.
But you can't speak Japanese? What's wrong with you? It's Suki Yamazaki.
Okay.
And Norio Tarino. I think I said it correctly. I kind of understand a little bit.
Rockin' Robin and Velvet McIntyre.
Rockin' Robin, Jake the Snake Roberts' stepsister. Real life.
They defeated Dawn Marie, Donna Cristantello.
Don't remember. The Glamour Girls.
The Glamour Girls, which is Leilani Kai
and Judy Martin.
And Sensational Sherry with Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart had his hand in every match, huh?
Yeah, he was involved a lot.
Man.
Here we go. He's even down on this one too.
So then
that was back when the managers could be on the outside, all of them.
And this was that was a traditional 5-on-5. Then the biggest match of the pay-per-view
10-on-10
was a 10-on-10 Survivor Series match This saw the British Bulldogs, Davy Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid and the Killer Bees, B. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzelli.
Jumpin' Jim Brunzel. Go ahead.
Sorry. The Fabulous Rodriguez?
No. Rougeau brothers.
Rougeaus, okay.
Jacques Rougeau, who was a Mountie. Okay.
And Raymond Rougeau?
Yep. Yes, sir. Strike Force, Rick Martel and Tito Santana. Before they split
and the
up.
Young Stallions, Jim Powers and Paul Roma.
Pretty Paul Roma.
Yep. Defeat Bolsheviks.
Yep, the Bolsheviks.
Boris
Zukov,
Nikolai Volkov, Demolition Axe and Smash, The Dream Team, Dino Bravo and Greg Valentine, The Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart.
Still heels at that time.
The Islanders, Haku and Tama.
Yep.
With Bobby Heenan, Mr. Fuji, Jim Mehart, and Johnny Valiant and Slick. That's a lot of managers.
That's around the ring, too. All of them. Hey, go to the next. That was a third match, dude.
Jeez.
It's a pack. Dude, that whole show's packed.
And then the
main event?
The main event was Andre the Giant, Butch Reed, King Kong Bundy, One Man Gang, and Rick Rude with Bobby Heenan.
I always thought it was weird that Butch Reed was on that team. I don't know. Whatever.
And they defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Don Morocco, Hulk Hogan, Ken Patera, and Paul Orndorff with Oliver Humperdinck. And
that was Bam Bam Bigelow's manager.
And see, you were telling me about, was it shortly after this? Hogan and...
Yes, shortly after this, they had a Saturday night's main event, and $1 Million Man bought the services of Andre the Giant from Bobby Heenan. Basically, so Andre could take the title off of Hogan or scam him out of the title and then just hand it right over to $1 Million Man, which he did do on Saturday night's main event because they had two lookalike refs, and that was the thing that $1 Million Man paid the referee to get plastic surgery to look like Hugh Hefner, Earl Hebner. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, the power of wrestling. So they went on a tour, and I don't know if they were just trying to get Bam Bam to really to put him over as a wrestler, but Bam Bam, they toured all over the place, and Bam Bam and Hulk Hogan tagged up against Andre and $1 Million Man, and they did it at several locations around the United States, including Topeka, Kansas. I went. That's the first time I went. I was in front row. And I remember when Hulk Hogan came out, because there was everybody on that card. Jake the Snake was on that card. Honky Tonk Man. King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd. The British Bulldogs were on that card. It was, I got to see all of my childhood heroes. But when Hulk Hogan came out, you felt it in your chest. It was like it blew the roof off that place. Expo Center couldn't contain the energy in that place. But that tag match ended up being a disqualification. They beat up on Virgil because Virgil interfered. So they beat him up, leg dropped him, beat him up a little bit. It was good. It was such a good. I'll never forget it. I was front row too, man. I was probably like 8 years old.
Yep. So
it might be 9 at that time. So, go ahead.
Another wrestling Thanksgiving tradition before we get to talking about the card coming up is the gobbledygooker. And the gobbledygooker was a turkey that debuted at Survivor Series 1990.
Is the gobbledygooker the greatest gimmick of all time, not the worst? Can you see that? Thing's cloudy. What's it say?
My reply is no.
Oh!
Let's ask Darth Vader. Ask Darth Vader.
Ask Vader?
Yep. Push his head once.
What?
Okay, now ask him.
Is the gobbledygooker the greatest gimmick or the worst gimmick of all time?
The worst thing you can do right now is bore me.
Oh, what a prick.
Is gobbledygooker the best gimmick?
Your future is disarming.
Ugh, what?
Dang.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Is gobbledygooker the best gimmick in wrestling?
I hope so. For your sake.
Okay. Thank you, Darth Vader.
Your threats don't scare me. And your religion blows.
So for weeks leading up to Survivor Series, they kind of showed this egg just sitting ringside and different areas. And it oh man, why is this not scrolling?
What?
There we go. So Hector Guerrero was the original gobbledygooker.
Yeah.
And I guess you said Mark Calloway.
Yes. Before okay, so Undertaker's told the story.
Hmm?
They had this egg, and they've been on Superstars every week. And Undertaker was worried that that was going to be his gimmick. He was going to be the Eggman or whatever. Because during that time, everybody was like an occupation. Like you had the Duke the Dumpster Drosy, and he was a garbage man. You had a plumber. It's like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to just let you dig in. We're going to eat while we talk. Because I'm hungry.
I will in a second. So the first gobbledygooker was Hector Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 1990.
Eddie's brother.
And he made there was a couple other wrestlers that had made appearances as gobbledygooker. And the main one, Hector was the main one.
Mm-hmm.
And he also made an appearance in 2001. The Boogeyman made an appearance in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice Ouellette, the Miz's wife, made an appearance in 2009. Xavier Woods in 2015. Jey Uso in 2015. Drew Gulak in 2017. And also again in 2020. And what is interesting about it is at one point he actually held the 24/7 championship. So he actually did win a championship. But in 1990, it also won the Wrestling Observer newsletter Worst Gimmick Award.
Oh, Meltzer of all people?
Probably.
I give him 5 stars.
Yep.
Oh
yeah, second. Okay. So WrestleCrap, our friend, listed the gobbledygooker as the second worst character of all time, behind the Red Rooster.
I love the Red Rooster. I got to see him live. I have that book at home.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
wait till you try this, dude.
So,
bomb.
Who was behind it when they won the 24/7 championship?
I don't know. It was cool. They put out Birdseed.
Oh, okay. So Drew Gulak won the 24/7 championship from R-Truth as gobbledygooker.
I like Drew Gulak.
But yeah,
I don't know where he's at now, but I liked him as a character.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite gimmicks,
and to the point where I ordered an actual elite version for cheap too. It was on Black Friday special on Amazon Prime, and I not only get the figure, but I also get the egg, so I can actually set him inside the egg. Now,
I'll let you talk a minute about what you brought over there.
What did I bring? Oh, the cake? Go ahead and eat it. No, over there. I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. I'll start with the old versus the new. All right. So, I got this from Dillon's a long time ago. I got a lot of things from Dillon's when they closed down, a lot of VCRs when they switched from VHSs to DVDs. I did that a lot. And This is the original War Games from Bash 87, which will be the Great American Bash 87. And Dusty Rhodes created this, and it's a 5-on-5 double ring, double cage with a top on it, which is not like that anymore. And the one that's going to happen on Saturday has an open top, which is good because guys can jump off the top. But this is the front cover. Kind of see there's some of the guys on there. And the good old VHS right there, original. All right, let me read right here. Oh, God, Jason. I'm going to let you read. It's a little too, that print's
Bash
small.
87 was an event even before it took place. Just a mention of a dangerous new kind of match called War Games. The match beyond was enough to ignite the curiosity of hundreds of thousands of fans nationwide. Now on this 2-hour video cassette, you'll have a ringside seat to the best of the Bash 87 matches from Atlanta, Greensboro, Charlotte, and Miami. So it was spread out across several. Yeah.
It's like
that didn't work at WrestleMania. Why did?
Well, they did a lot of them at Fall Brawl. That's when they usually did them, as at Fall Brawl, because it was always like right before or after Halloween Havoc.
Yeah,
they would do them.
Usually
after, I guess.
You'll see War Games #1 when Precious Paul Ellering, the Road Warriors, Dustin Rhodes, and Nikita Koloff battle the Four Horsemen and J.J. Dillon.
Yeah,
10 men locked in combat by a steel cage, where the only way to win is by submission of the opponent.
And lots of blood. I mean, that's back when this was still, WCW was still the NWA at this point. So there was lots of blood. And this is the other one. This is a fairly new one. I got this real cheap too. But this is when WWE put this out. But it's the best of War Games. And it's got so much in here. This one, obviously this is what the cage looks like. Sorry, let's see if I can get up close. Okay.
Nice. I actually got it in there.
That's
pretty
good. Yep. And I still got the receipt in here. There's all right. There's Dusty Rhodes right there. That's in the original right there.
And wasn't he the one that helped kind of design and create it?
Yep. He was the creator of it. Now let me see here. Read that part on the top. Because this is the reason why we're talking about that is because now Survivor Series, which is a Thanksgiving tradition, now it has War Games. They don't do they don't focus so much on every single match as 5-on-5. They just do a women's War Games and a men's War Games. So.
For decades, WWE superstars have sworn allegiances as Survivor Series confronted the chaos of the Royal Rumble and braved the harsh steel of Hell in a Cell. But before this, there was only one match designed to wreak the ultimate havoc on all who dared to enter. WCW's most infamous innovation, War Games.
It was the Combat Survivor Series. That's why they did Fall Brawl.
Nice.
Okay, so we did that. Now let's talk about the current one that's going to happen Saturday.
So we got a whole bunch of stories going on.
A lot. Mainly bloodline stuff.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So as of right now, there is 5 matches.
Okay. Let's talk about the matches before the War Games.
Okay. LA Knight.
I look forward to that one.
Versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be good. I like Shinsuke Nakamura now is spitting black mist in people's eyes. I love it.
I think they need to put it on Shinsuke. You can't have a guy come back like that without just having him come out.
Well, now he's like a dark samurai.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's such a good gimmick. I like him better. I used to not like him too much. I like him now though.
I'd like to see Shinsuke. I don't mind LA Knight, but you
know what I like the most about him? I like his finisher.
LA Knight?
The BFT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like an RKO. You can hit it real quick. Yeah. I love it. And I like how he spins people into it.
But I gotta say, I kind of like to see Shinsuke. They don't do enough with him. And this is kind of his...
I like his little feud he had with with Cody for a little
Mhm.
bit. That was all right.
Yeah. But I'd like. Well, he went over and they let him wrestle a couple of matches over in Japan.
Oh, is that what went down?
After, yeah. Their WWE starting to get a little more lax on that.
Well, Vince is gone, man.
Yep.
So, Triple H isn't a douche.
I think Shinsuke on that one. Just because LA's had the title for a while and
he has held it for a while. I mean,
Shinsuke's pretty stiff and brutal looking. So
Yeah.
I think if they want to build him up as a credible threat and get him back in a main event picture, because they got to build up some more.
If he here's the thing: if he wins the U.S. title, I don't care any of these the wokesters that don't like the fact that, well, why does the foreign wrestlers? Why do they have to be anti-American? Well, it works, okay? It works. So if he wins the United States title, I think that he should change it to the Japanese title. Yeah. That would anger the crowd. Yep. I love it, right? And just change the whole belt and take the American flag out of it and put the Japanese flag in the back. That'd be great. I would love that.
So next match, we got Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser
roll
for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's gonna be a good one. I like it.
Man, I still think Braun's holding on to it.
I do too, but unless
they're bumping him up to WWE title.
I really wasn't a huge fan of Sheamus anyway, and kind of like to see him probably just take off. But
man, that match though between Braun and Kaiser.
Well, and Gunther too.
When he missed the when Braun
when he hit his ribs.
Yeah.
On the corner? Yeah, dude.
That was hardcore.
It hit his sternum. He hit it right here.
Crazy.
It looked real, man. It looked like it was legit to me.
I think Braun's gonna hold on to that one.
I like Braun Breaker. I think he's kind of turning face. It seems like because more and more people in the crowd are doing the bark.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the
Gunther versus Damian Priest.
I look forward to that too.
I think that's going to be good. Damian Priest is good. They've got to do something a little bit different with this character.
Well,
I don't know.
It's all right.
That's not the worst gimmick that they have going. I
like Gunther, but the thing is with him is I can see people thinking he's boring because he's kind of a throwback to old school wrestlers.
That stiff win with brute strength.
He reminds me of like Japanese wrestling back in the day.
That's a tough call. I don't think they take it off of Gunther yet. Or Gunther.
I don't see that either.
I don't think Damian needs it back on yet.
Well, now, like Imperium, they're not doing Imperium anyway for now. Because remember, he told Ludwig Kaiser to go his own way and carve his own niche. I like that. You know that? Did you know Ludwig Kaiser is his girlfriend? You know who it is.
It's Tiffy time.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Gunther holds on to that one.
Women's War Games?
Women's War Games. We have Rhea Ripley, who shouldn't be wrestling yet.
She's got
break her orbital.
Yeah, this bone right there. She's got like a mask on right now.
Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley, who replaced Jade Cargill, who was put through a car. And I'm sure we're going to see who...
I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I'm kind of intrigued, but...
I think it was Bianca.
So Judgment Day with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and you know who's going to get involved? Dirty Dominic.
Yep. And then Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae doesn't feel like she fits in this.
You ready for this? Well, the reason why Candice LeRae's in it, because she's trying to get in good graces with Nia Jax.
That's right.
And her and Tiffy go at it. I think that Tiffany Stratton's eventually going to become a face. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what I think. When they cash in the Money in the Bank, it's gotten to the point where it's like, they tease it. What if she cashes it inside of the cage?
I can see that.
The referee's in there. Here's the thing is, somebody's beaten down, all you do is go over and pin them. you can win even if your team doesn't win.
Yep.
Think about how cool the crowd would love that. I mean, but I really believe I'm starting to think that maybe Bianca Belair is turning heel because she won the title. You know, she beat Nia Jax, right?
Mhm.
So I'm thinking that she was behind. Well, because she didn't like Naomi bringing Bayley in the match. But I think that possibly someone, and a lot of people think it's Bayley, attacked Cargill.
I think it's Bianca.
I do too.
I
do too.
I think the heel team wins this one.
I'm thinking so too.
Um,
Because, I mean, Judgment Day is on fire right now, dude.
Mhm.
And they sell a lot of merch. They sell a lot of merch.
I also see a possibility of like of Rhea, and I see a possibility of Rhea finally getting her hands on Liv Morgan and winning. That one's, I don't know, that one's a toss up. The War Games matches, not one of them yet has disappointed me. All right, and then our main event.
Oh, that one's gonna be good.
Roman Reigns,
OG Bloodline, even though it's got people added to it, versus the new Bloodline 2.0.
Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk with Paul Heyman versus Solo, Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, it says the Bloodline. It says the Bloodline and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's throwing up the one like he's part of the Bloodline, and he looks like he fits.
He looks like he's Samoan.
Well, he is.
By the way, of Australia. Australian Samoan. That's close to Samoa.
No. He's like half Australian, half Samoan.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, I mean, he's not related, but he's,
They should have brought in Samoa Joe. Okay. A lot of people are taunting things. They think that Paul Heyman is like he did this on purpose so he can turn on Roman and screw Roman over. I'm going to tell you what I think. I may be wrong on this, but where does the final boss, The Rock, come into play?
I think he shows up at the end after and attacks somebody.
And maybe he does this, and that's the signal for someone to attack someone else.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like the fact that Roman tagged with Cody.
Yeah.
He didn't like it. Also, Seth Rollins. Bronson's in. He's in the middle of a feud with Seth Rollins.
But Seth Rollins also has an issue with CM Punk.
Last year at Survivor Series, who debuted?
CM Punk.
And it ticked off Seth Rollins. I'm really believing that Seth Rollins
is going to get involved somehow.
He's going to do it because he wants to beat up on him, and CM Punk's going to go at it. Because I believe that that's a build-up for a match for them. They got to do something with them too. Because they obviously have had heat. And they have had heat probably since the Ring of Honor days because he was called Tyler Black.
Now, they've got, from what I understand, about half a dozen Tongan, Samoans, Uso, I don't know.
Well, they have a huge family.
They have a whole bunch of people supposedly signed.
Really? I just feel like they can't overdo it. They're getting to the point where they're doing the Walking Dead thing. Don't overdo the Bloodline thing. You're going to make it ridiculous at some point.
And supposedly this is all supposed to hit ahead next WrestleMania. This is all supposed to be it's supposed to be over with then.
I'd like for it to be done.
I do think guys like Jacob and the Tongaloa and Tama Tonga, I still think that they hang around after all this is over. I don't think they're just little rental wrestlers.
Yeah.
With this is so confused because there's a lot of people that pointed out when Paul Heyman came out with CM Punk, he was wearing a red napkin in his jacket and a red shirt.
But that was the OG Bloodlines colors too, though.
Yeah, but
I think that's, the thing is they pay attention to the internet, especially the writers.
Well,
And Paul Heyman's a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And if they pay attention to the internet and they see that people are onto that, what if they swerve them?
Oh, I know.
You got to swerve the internet marks.
Well, and then there's also the rumors of Sammy, because Sammy was seen talking to Solo before he joined OG Bloodline.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't know if you saw the little clip where their old OG Bloodline's meeting in the locker room, and he pulls out a phone and then he puts it around his back and drops it on the couch.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Sammy could be turning heel.
Sammy could be turning heel to side with Kevin Owens because
Saturday night's main event is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens.
Yep.
And that's on December 4th.
And there's rumors they might be throwing a War Games at the for Saturday night main event of the what is it? The Final Testament.
Oh.
And Wyatt's.
That'd be good.
So
I like it.
There was a lot of people that really pushed for them to have a War Games at Survivor Series.
Well, that's probably NBC because I'm hoping the Saturday night's main event. Although
I don't
want it every month. Back in the day, it was like every 3 months or something like that. I would love for it to come back because I love Saturday night's main event. And who's going to be the commentator? Jesse the Body Ventura. That's right.
See if he's still got it.
The Body. Oh, he can talk.
I know.
I don't think he's built like he used to be, but he can still talk, man. I've watched interviews with him.
I don't know. The writing for wrestling for WWE has been so good that, honestly, none of these outcomes would surprise me. No heel turns would surprise me. No. What I'm saying is, it's not that predictable right now.
I missed my cue. Today, Junior.
Yeah.
That happens. I have brain farts all the time. So
I was trying to figure out the best way to word it, but
you're all right.
But I don't.
Well, you found the words. You're good.
I don't think that there is any clear-cut winner for any of these. None of these are blatantly obvious. I mean, Ludwig Kaiser is due for a title run. So Shinsuke.
I don't see him beating Braun, though.
Damian Priest is face and has broken away from Judgment Day. I mean, he might be again. I mean, Sheamus. I mean, it's been a while since he's had a title on him. I don't really. I kind of think that he's kind of winding down his career, and they use him as an enhancement talent. Hey, this guy used to be a world champion and can compete at a high level still, but we're not going to put another title on him. I mean, and then the War Games are just kind of toss-ups too. So
yeah.
But yeah, I know it's going to be a good pay-per-view, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
But
absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. And
don't you cut me off yet. I'm going to do something.
What?
What do you mean, what? Just keep talking.
What am I supposed to talk about?
I don't know. Make up something.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my... Ooh. So one of my favorite movies. Ooh, let's talk about a couple of Thanksgiving movies, actually.
We didn't do that, did we?
No, we did not. There is Thanksgiving, the one with Derek from, what is that? Grey's Anatomy, where he's the killer.
Yeah.
That one was actually pretty good. And then the balloon blows up then and kills him or whatever. There's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Isn't The Village kind of a Thanksgiving movie? Aren't they like pilgrims or something like that?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another Thanksgiving movie that's traditional.
My favorite is Freebirds, the animated one.
Oh, no, yeah.
I like that one.
That's good. It's good.
But
I'm just trying to think of a few things. I just really can't think of any, because it's always Christmas movies, dude. We don't get a lot of Thanksgiving movies.
There's probably some Hallmark ones. Here we go. Let's look up.
Oh, you're gonna look them up? Good. That makes it easier.
Here we go. Freebirds. The last Thanksgiving.
Oh, look, there's a Muppets one.
There's a Lady Gaga and the Muppets Holiday Spectacular.
Huh.
Turkey Hollow, an old-fashioned Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Hallmark sounding movie.
National Lampoons?
Holiday Reunion. Thanksgiving Family Reunion.
I don't know what that is.
Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving.
It came out on 2010.
Yep.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah.
There's a movie called Christy.
And there's Bugs Bunny's Thanksgiving.
Bugs Bunny Thanksgiving Diet.
Big Paw. Oh, Bernstein Bears.
Bernstein Bears. Oh, man.
It ain't Berenstein, it's Bernstein. It's Bernstein.
Well, so the original Bernstein Bears, they changed.
Just so
the
you know,
spelling.
there's no such thing as the Mandela effect.
Yeah. Planes, trains, and automobiles. I didn't know that was considered cold turkey. I vaguely remember that.
Jerky turkey. That's an old cartoon.
Yep.
Like it's a VHS. See, there's not that many.
61.
Oh! Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is totally a Thanksgiving.
What's as much a Thanksgiving as
Miracle on 34th Street blows.
The Gold Rush.
Yeah. Those old movies blow. See, there's not a lot. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles
Rocky.
is awesome. That's a Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
They show it. I don't really consider it a Thanksgiving movie.
Spider-Man.
They show something.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I guess they sat down.
There's
for
nothing guaranteed
to
of things.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Thanksgiving movies. A Sin of a Woman. Okay. How about The Sin of a Turkey?
Soul Food. Yeah, Thanksgiving came out in 2023.
That's the movie where it's hardcore, right?
Patrick Dempsey. Yeah.
It's really good.
Tadpole. I think I remember that. Addams Family. Yes. They did have a lot of Thanksgiving stuff in that. The Santa Claus starts on
Scary movie, man. When he's like, I'm gonna stir. Here, let me use my strong hand. He's all stirring the mashed potatoes, and then he's like, got the turkey, and he's behind it. And he goes, "Oh, Hiawatha!"
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton. Black Friday.
What? Is that 2021?
On Thanksgiving night, a group of disgruntled toy store employees begrudgingly arrived to work to open the store at midnight.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look it up. Grumpy Old Man was a Thanksgiving. I forgot about that too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to take forever to load.
You said load.
All
right. Beavis and Butthead at a Thanksgiving.
Grumpy Old Men. Myth of Fingerprints? Huh? Alice's Restaurant. I remember hearing about
Planes,
that.
Trains, and Automobiles is one of the best Thanksgiving ones. So, but you got a lot of movies here that blow.
Turkey Hollow. I don't know if I know about that. Right. Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow. Yeah. I remember that.
2015. Oh, Four Brothers.
Yep. Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh, it is a good movie.
I haven't seen that in forever. The Wiz? How's that considered Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's Mall Cop. Son-in-Law, that is one. Son-in-Law is one.
Oh, man.
That's right. And I forgot about Beethoven. What? I forgot it was. There's Freebirds.
Freebirds.
I forgot Beethoven was.
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving? That's what I'm going to on
looks
Saturday.
Like a comedy movie.
It is a comedy.
Dutch.
Yeah, well, Dutch is a Thanksgiving movie. That's a classic.
Not cool. I don't know what that is. That
Blowing. The movie looks not cool.
Their Thanksgiving break, experiencing love.
Is that Justin Dweeber?
You know what that looks like?
Justin Dweeber?
No. That looks like kind of like a American Pie style movie.
Oh, like that's what they were going for.
Jack and Jill.
But to be honest, man, millennials, they just can't. They can't. They can't make movies.
So there's a whole bunch of Thanksgiving movies out there, and none of them I'll probably have time to watch tomorrow because I'll be cooking food.
That's right.
But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. If you hold that too close, it's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be really terrible.
Yep. All right. Later.